Hey y'all, I hope you guys are having a good night. I am gonna tag some people so that they can see what I'm on here talking about. Tag your team members so we can chat all about customer follow-up and how I am moving and doing customer follow-up now. Sorry, y'all, I'm just trying to tag some people. All right, tag your team members. Let me know that you're here. Hey, y'all. So as you're popping on, I want you guys to tell me what customer follow-up system you were already using. If you weren't using a system, if you were using AMI, if you just didn't really even know what customer follow-up is, talk to me about that really quick. And I am not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right into it and share with you guys what I'm doing moving forward, why we follow up, etc. So we're going to talk about the who, what, when, where, and why of customer follow-up. So guys, some of these quotes and these statistics that I am going to tell you were taken from were taken from a reunion general session, and Orville was actually said this stuff. So a key way to build your business is in follow-up. We already know that that's what great consultants do. Follow-up. Your customers don't need freebies, they need follow-up. That's something I've heard Jennifer Anderson say, especially when you're brand new. They don't have to have freebies, they need follow-up. They need to know that you appreciate them, etc. So Orville said that 70% of customers never order again after the first time. 70% of customers never order again after the first time. Now, this was from a few years ago during a general session, so that number may have changed. But I want you to think about that. How many times have you ordered from a company, whether it be direct sales or like a skincare company or something, and you never order again after you order it the first time, right? Lack of follow-up is usually the reason that they don't purchase again. Lack of follow-up. 400 million PRV each year comes from follow-up. And that, like I said, these statistics were from years ago. There is power in following up. Scentsy makes things that people buy every single day better. And I hope that you know and believe that. We do make things that people can go to Target and Walmart or the dollar store or wherever and buy scented things for their home, but we make them better. But you have to make them want to choose you. It is seven times easier for someone to rebuy from you than it is to get a new customer. Straight from Orville's mouth. 7 times easier for someone to rebuy from you than for you to get a new customer. Reoccurring sales from subscribers are the best. The energy required to purchase is very low. Scentsy Club, y'all. That's exactly why the incentive that we have going on right now is all about Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club can change one-time buyers into lifetime users. It can be a game changer for your business. And it's just like he said, it's low energy. You do the work one time and it's a reoccurring sale. Okay. So now that's why we're going to talk all about follow-up. Follow-up is so important. And I've heard, and I'm not going to take credit for all of this stuff right here. A lot of this that I'm about to share with you about the who, what, when, where, why is from Anya Faust, and I sat in her breakout during reunion, and I love the way that she broke it down. And then after I get done talking about why we do these things, I'm going to share with you what I'm going to be doing moving forward. So you guys, we are humans first, consultants second. Humans first, consultant second. That also goes for your customers. They are a human first before they're a customer. They're a human, then they're a mom, then they're a daughter, then they're a child of God. They're all these other things, but they are a human first. So treat them like that. So let's talk about who we want to follow up with. Who? Anyone who's ever commented on a warmer that you shared or posted. Okay? Anybody who's liked those. Anyone who said that they needed to order soon. Reminding someone that they said they needed more whiffs is not rude. I find it helpful. Party guests. Everyone who attended, if you're doing like an online party, make a post and make sure that you let them know that you message them. Create that relationship. You should follow up with past hosts, anyone who ever mentions joining. So this is, a lot of people get stuck on the who. Well, anybody who commented on a warmer that you posted or shared, following up with them can be as easy as, let me tell you how you can get that warmer for free. Having that conversation with people. A lot of people will post and ghost. If they're posting on social media, they'll post and expect everyone to come back to them. Guys, that's not, if somebody's waking up and thinking about Scentsy, they need to be a consultant. Our job as the consultant is to follow up with them. It is not their job to remember that they need to reorder their washer whiffs. That is our job to help them. If they say, remind me when payday comes. Or if someone says, yes, I hosted in the spring, I want to host again in the fall. That's your job to remember that as the consultant and have a way to keep up with that so that you can provide good customer service to those people. And reminding someone, like I just said, it's not rude, it's helpful. Some people may ghost you after they said that, but a lot of times people forget. People have busy lives. So reminding people is not rude. So that is who you're going to follow up with. And obviously anyone who orders from you, anybody who's ordered from you in the past, things like that. So what is follow-up? I want you to think about being the consultant that you would want to purchase from. I don't know about you, but I've purchased from many other direct sales or network marketing companies, and I've never even heard a thank you from those people. And I've spent hundreds of dollars, and I do not go back to them and spend more money with them if they can't even say thank you. So how are you showing your customers that that they are an actual human and that you appreciate them, that they matter, that they're not just dollar signs? Ask yourself how you can do that. So when it comes to follow-up, here are some touch points that you can have for your customers. Some questions that you can ask. How did your order come in? Did it come in? Did you unbox it? Was the bulb okay? I mean, sometimes people will get things in the mail and never even unbox them, right? Or they'll get an element warmer and not realize that it was only with a heat plate and didn't have a bulb and never plug it in. Or never change their wax because they don't realize that the wax doesn't just evaporate, right? Would you like to get your next order free or half off? Reach out to them if they make a sad post on Facebook or Instagram. Stop just scrolling. Be a human. Let them know that you're actually thinking about them. Your job as a consultant is to be a professional relationship builder and conversation starter. A professional relationship builder and conversation starter. And so when you're having touch points for your customer, something that Anya said that she does is she also has touch points where she's like being very intentional, where she's going out and having business conversations, and very intentional where she's just building relationships with her customers. And then how often is it that you want to follow up? Follow up is going to look different for every single person. So no one can tell you how often you should be doing follow up. Now, when it comes to doing follow-up, though, consistency matters. So whatever you decide to do, you need to do it consistently. For a long time, we've had the AMI app, which is what I have used. And I'm not going to say that I did use, should have. Okay, that's it. Hold on. Hopefully y'all can, okay, hopefully I didn't go away. So a system that you have in place for that. Now, when people hear the word system, they automatically freak out and think it has to be something complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing. And I trust Katie Lassiter because she's a boss, and if that's what she's been doing and it's been working, I'm going to give it a try. So when do you follow up? Like I just said, consistently. Anya used the example of she has a specific day that she's doing her relationship building conversations and a specific day that she has her business conversations. And I think that that's more so with just like growing relationships. When I follow up, my customers automatically get a text or an email from me if I see their order come through on my workstation. That automatically comes through to my email. I can automatically send them a text. That's 2 seconds, I'm already on my phone. They also get a message from me when their order ships. I get an email that says that their order shipped. I send them an email or a text with their tracking information. So those are touch points that I use very consistently, and I wouldn't say that it's on a daily basis. It's on a when it happens basis and when I check my email. Okay? Where do you do follow-ups? Where do you do follow-ups? You can do follow-ups anywhere. Anywhere. You can do 3 every commercial if you need like outside, if you need like that motivation. You can do a couple at the stoplight. When I was teaching full time, I used to do them in the bathroom. I would go to the bathroom and have like 5 seconds to send a couple text messages. Follow-up doesn't have to be something that's super time consuming, and it doesn't have to be something where you have to sit down in your office. That's one thing that I love about follow-up, is that it can be done anywhere you have your phone, and everybody has their phone, like all the time. So you just have to make a decision that it's going to be follow-up Friday, or you're going to build relationships on Thursdays, or whatever it is that you're going to do. You need to make a decision and stay consistent with it. And then lastly, why do we follow up? Because like I said at the very beginning, connections and relationships. Following up with your customers is the difference between a good consultant and a great consultant. Everybody that buys from you could go choose a different Scentsy consultant to buy from tomorrow. Why do you want them? What makes them want to choose you? Why should they keep coming back to you? And it doesn't have to be just because you send the best samples. It's because you really appreciate them and you built a relationship with them. That is why people will continue to come back to you over and over and over again. It's because of the relationship and because they know that you care. This business, you're paid to have relationships. I say all the time, I don't like people, I'm an introvert, etc. But I am paid to have relationships with these people because they are not just a dollar sign to me. They do matter to me. And you need to make sure that you let your customers know that they matter to you. So why you need to follow up, thanking them for their order, checking in on their order, making sure they know how to change their wax, making sure their light bulbs haven't blown. I don't know about you, but I'm not a complainer. So if something showed up broken, I probably wouldn't even tell somebody because that's just who I am. Some people are like that as well. Maybe their bulb came and it's broken and they just went and got one at Walmart because they thought it was the same thing. Educating your customers and checking in on them is not bothering them. When you send them samples, if you are sending them samples and you're not following up, you might as well throw your money out the window. Burn it. Because if you're sending out samples and not following up and asking them how they liked it, you're throwing your money away. It's a waste of money to send samples. You can ask them how they liked that sample. If they didn't like the scent of the month, ask them what types of scents they do like. Ask them or give them other scent suggestions. But if you're sending things out as samples and you are just expecting people to come to you, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. Because it is not their job to wake up and think about Scentsy. It is your job to do that as the consultant. So as a good consultant, following up when you send out samples is a must, or you're wasting your money. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be about making the sale. Just check in on them, ask what kind of scents they like, etc. Okay, so now this is the system that I'm going to move to because this is what Katie Lassiter has done for the last couple of months, and I totally trust her. So this right here, all this is a printout from my workstation, and you're going to do it by month. And I'm going to show you really quick how you can do this without showing a lot of information. So she printed hers out. So she printed hers out like you printed it out for the month of June, and she keeps 3 months at a time. So the last 90 days. And she has all of her customers' names on there, printed out, and their phone numbers, however it is you want to print it out. And so you can put that in your purse and have it with you all the time when you're ready to follow up, right? And all of your people are right here in front of your face. And so she talked about how she had 90 customers purchase in June. So she has 90 people that she could follow up with. Now, by looking at these people, you know who you need to build a relationship with. And on the back of her paper, she makes a, just like a little chart, host, join, club, and then I'm just going to add buy, because I always start with join, host, club, buy. Join, host, club, buy. So when you're looking at all of these names, and I'm being very careful to not show you guys all my stuff or people's personal information, when you're looking at all of those names, you can think, okay, this person has bought a ton of washer whiffs. They need to be on club so that they can save 10% and get those consistently. I'm going to put them under the club thing. Oh, this girl has bought 3 times in June. She needs to join so she can get paid back after her purchases. And what she does is just goes through here, and you're just writing down different things. And so when you go do your follow-up, you're very, very intentional, and you don't need a ton of time. Does that mean that you have to categorize all 90 of those people? No, but when you're looking at these names, you should automatically realize or you should be thinking in your mind what they like. This is the perfect month for that right now, because we're about to discontinue so many scents. I know 4 of these people, just by looking at my first 10, that they're obsessed with Jammy Time and they're not going to want to live without it. So I need to make sure, not just sending the emails, not just posting on social media, I need to send them a text and say, hey, you know Jammy Time is leaving, right? You know you can get that bar made for you forever. You can get 10% off. But I'm not going to just remember that by doing all willy-nilly, not having some sort of plan. And so, like she said, she keeps 3 months at a time so that she can always keep this continuous list. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. This isn't like a 2x2x2 or a 3x3x3 or a 2-week one, a 2x2x1 or binder or whatever. I don't think that you need some crazy, difficult system. I used to have labels that I would put on there where I would check off that I sent them a thank you text, that I would check off that I sent them the shipping notification, that I would check off that I sent samples and all of that. You can absolutely do that if that's going to work for you. And there's tons of different systems on that. But what I want to show you guys really quick, and I'm going to flip my camera around, is that you can just go to your contacts tab. And be really careful to not, and you can, once you click contact right here at the top, contacts homepage, and you're going to click right here and you're going to click last purchase. And you can ascend those by last purchase. And then once you export that to Excel, you can choose your columns. You can print it out if you want to. You can put it into other documents if you want to, but I literally just print it out straight from Excel. I deleted all the addresses and stuff. I just kept their name, their phone number, and their last purchase date. And so I'm going to be looking through this for when I am going to do all of my follow-up on Friday. And I'm going to go through and categorize all my people. Now, the whole reason why she does 90 days is because within 90 days, people should need refills on wax, should need refills on pods, etc. And then that way you have plenty of people aren't going to order every single month. Okay, so this is one way that I follow up. Now, the only other thing that I've said that I do for follow-up is I automatically send them a thank you text when it comes through on my email. I send them the shipping notification when it comes through on my email. So those are touch points. And then this right here. And then when I send out my sample mail, if I'm sending out scent of the month, I always export I do it the exact same way with my last purchased. And I send that to their address or whatever. I keep that Excel. So for instance, I have on my desktop right here, I can show you that I can just pull this up right here. It's super easy. I have July mail outs that I did right here. And I have all those names and addresses right there in front of me. So now when I'm going to do my sample follow-up, because remember, you're not going to send out samples and not follow up, you're wasting your money. I'm going to make sure that I have all of these people that I sent mail to follow up with. Obviously, they're going to be some of the same people on here, but I'm going to be super intentional about asking them if they like that scent of the month, what they thought of the new warmer, what kind of scents are they looking for in the fall, etc. I am moving to all about simplicity when it comes to this stuff, because I really loved the AMI app. I'm really sad that it's leaving because it was all right there for me. But this is just going to be a little hurdle that we get through. If this system doesn't seem like something that would work for you and you need something more organized, I know that there are tons of people in Scentsy that are coming out with lots of other different systems. But whatever it is that you decide to do, you need to know that follow-up is necessary to be a great consultant. But it doesn't have to be complicated. Literally can take 10 minutes printed directly from your workstation to just talk to your customers and build relationships. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. Love y'all, mean it, and I will talk to y'all soon.